My view on whether you should use tax or other economic incentive to push the world in one direction is that I actually think that in government policies you can make choices that make things go in the right way. You can nudge them in the right way, but it's very dangerous if the view is that we always have to raise taxes in order to solve the problems, because you could also make the decision to cut taxes for the ones who do what is more beneficiary. What I do think you can do is that you have the view that some taxes have to be collected. The government costs money, so we want to collect that much taxes. What is the best way to do it? And of course you can make the decision that some of it we put on things that are harmful, and instead of putting on, for instance, on labor or work. But it turns out that in developing technologies, what really drives it in the long time is that you can make a good business out of it. So if there's a demand for something, business will always fill that demand. So if you make an infrastructure where it makes money to deliver solutions, then business will step in, they will become very creative, and they will deliver solutions. There are some tricks you can do. For instance, innovation awards. In different industries, we've seen that when a group of private people or the government or a combination of those, they go out and say, we promise an award of X, like $10 million to solve a certain problem, then there's an enormous activity to solve that problem. And if, let's say that you say that the first one who can make a commercially viable thorium reactor that is no bigger than a container, cannot melt down, etc., you'll get $50 million or $100 million. It will take surprisingly short time before we have it. And there's another technology called nuclear fusion, which would definitely, for eternity, solve all challenges we have, not only with getting enough energy, but getting clean energy. Okay, so you could say, we'll pay $1 billion for the first one who can make a nuclear reactor that can run without breaking down for 6 months and supply power to the grid. If you did that, it would come. I'm convinced of that. So this is about providing incentives. The other thing is that the legal framework, of course, has to make it possible. So although I live in Switzerland, I'm actually a Danish citizen, and the Danish government has decided that in Denmark there shall be no research in nuclear power. And to me it's really, really strange, because nuclear power, the new forms of nuclear power, could completely solve this challenge. And so it's like you have to empty a swimming pool, and you decide to try to empty with small spoons, and then somebody says, actually, I have a technology, we could empty the whole thing in 5 minutes. We deploy that technology, it's called nuclear power, it can be done in many different ways. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. And the argument is that it's dangerous. But if you look at World Health Organization and the studies of which are the most dangerous technologies for energy supply in the world, they found that it's the safest technology that exists. And this is based on the old technologies that have been implemented so far, or the older forms of nuclear power. let's use the technologies we know can do it, instead of circling around and not wanting to do it because some Hollywood movies have portrayed it as very dangerous, even though we know it's not dangerous.